Hey guys, it's Bobby Legs, and welcome to another episode of Bobby Legs Loves Watches. Today, I will be reviewing the Code 41 Anomaly-01. One of the great things about having my own YouTube channel is that I'm immersed in the watch enthusiast community. Some of those enthusiasts have YouTube channels and they're content creators, and some of them are not. We discuss ideas and thoughts about watches. We also lend watches to each other for review. Because of that, I've been exposed to a lot of brands that I thought I would never see in person. And also a lot of brands that I never even knew existed. And a lot of them are micro brands. And one such micro brand is this Code 41. Now, before I continue with the review, please remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon to get updates every time I upload new videos. I love making these videos, and I hope you like them too. Also, please, when you can, follow me on Instagram. Now let's get on with the review. So before I jump into the specs, I want to talk briefly about the packaging that the watch came in. It came in these two boxes here, and the one box contained the head of the watch, the other contained the strap. And you also got these cards here that it looks like you just pass it along to people who might be interested in the watch. You put your owner's club code here, and they can go on the website, enter that code, and get 10% off their first purchase. So kind of like, I don't know, like a secret club, and here's a card to get in, kind of. So I guess that's the whole idea. And so, like I said, the strap came in a separate box than the head of the watch, and it is one of those quick release spring bar straps here. So it's kind of a fun little project to start you off with. So let's jump into the specs. We have a 42 millimeter case diameter, a 50 millimeter lug to lug, and the lugs do point down. You have a 12.8 millimeter case thickness with a flat sapphire glass, anti-reflective. You have a 24 millimeter lug width, 316L stainless steel, and it seems to be brushed pretty much throughout. You do have some areas here of polish, it looks like. So kind of like a little couple of lines here and whatnot, just to give it some style and depth. You have a signed crown here with the Code 41 emblem or logo. Now, this is powered by the Miyota 82S7. It's a Japanese automatic movement. It's a self-winding mechanism. Power reserve around 40 hours. Now, the site for Miyota says you can expect an accuracy of -20 to around +40 seconds a day. So pretty big range there. 21,600 vibrations per hour, 21 joules. And, there's a couple of really interesting things about this movement. I haven't really seen this movement before. I know there's a couple other watches that have it. We'll go through that in a second. It is a hand winding movement. So right off the bat, you're not going to have a lot of power. Water resistance because 50 meters because there is no screw down crown. So the first, really the base position is you wind it, and then the first position you change the time. And if you notice, what's going on here is that there's a couple of discs right underneath the hands, and it's partly skeletonized, this watch, this dial. So you see here that the Miyota 8257 has a running seconds at 5 o'clock. So this is what you're seeing right here in between the two red arrows. And then you have an open heart area here at the 7 o'clock. And then what you have here is a 24-hour indicator. So, we're at 10:10, and it shows in between the arrows the 10 o'clock. And if you, keep on winding it, you'll see that 24-hour indicator is moving. So, cool feature. It's interesting. I feel like showing the hour there is a little redundant. What I would have liked to see on that disc maybe is like more of a day-night indicator, like a sun or a moon, or some sort of coloring to indicate what is AM and what is PM. I think that would have been a nice little feature. That's what I would have done. Now, like I said, there's a couple other watches that do have this movement. I haven't really seen a lot of it. This is my first time looking at it. And it is, you know, hey, it's a little interesting. It's a little bit different. So I could definitely appreciate that. Um, what else? What else? Luminescent hands and markers as well. So let's talk about some things that I like about the watch and some things that I'm not so crazy about. So, you know, with seeing a lot of micro brands lately, I feel like most of them have been divers, and most of them have been homages to other great divers. So it is refreshing, I would have to say, to see something a little bit different. I've never seen anything like this before, although I know there's a couple other brands that kind of have the same look because it's tied into the movement. So I do appreciate that. I do also appreciate the transparency of this micro brand. If you go on their website, they tell you that it is designed in Switzerland, the team is from Switzerland, the process is in Switzerland, but the production is in China, and the leather is from Italy, and the movement is from Japan. Now, these are some details that you may or may not be able to have found out on your own, but it's nice that they have listed it on their website. I like that. I feel like a lot of these micro brands are not really transparent of what they do. Like I said, I think if you do a little research, you could figure it out. Most of them are probably building their things in China, their watches in China, and that's fine. You know, they're limited funds. They don't have the resources like a Rolex or an Omega, unlimited resources, it seems. So they have to do what they can to put out a product, and I get that, but I do appreciate the transparency. Now, I do like the way this watch feels on wrist. Now I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. This watch, you know, and reminds me a lot of my Panerai because of the cushion case and these wide lugs. So that's why I think this, you know, this works for me a little bit. The uniqueness of the look, like I said, is a really interesting. You know, it is a little bit different than everything else. So again, I know this is the second time I mentioned it, but I do really appreciate reviewing a watch that doesn't look like every other watch that I've seen. Now, what I'm not too crazy about is that the price on this is $734, give or take a few dollars here or there on their website, and I feel like it's pretty steep for this watch. You know, the case finishing is okay. I mean, it's brushed mostly. There's nothing to write home about it. You know, like I said, I'm not too crazy about the AM, PM indicator here, but that's not a deal breaker. I just feel like for what you get at this price range, you can get a whole lot more looking somewhere else. So I think the price is a little steep. You're probably paying mostly for the design, which I appreciate. You know, this is not like every single watch I've seen before. So it's not like you're doing an homage to a Rolex where your design, you're not spending much on design here. But I appreciate the design aspect of this watch. But is it worth $734? I don't think so. I think your more appropriate price range for this watch is probably around the $500 range, just based on other watches that I've seen in the past, offering, you know, slightly better movements, better finishing, a bracelet that is actually pretty decent, and a buckle that's pretty decent compared to this. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Code 41. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Please comment below. And again, if you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.